Allow AlphaOmegaSin to warn you of some Mighty Number disappointment with the most recent Mighty Number announcement, which had said that there was a Mighty Number delay for Mighty Number 9, and then there was Mighty Number groans the world round, and many Mighty Number puns to be made at the expense of this news, which I'm not all that surprised by. Not the first, not the second, but the fucking third delay of this game. I'm expecting, truly expecting, a fourth and even potentially a fifth delay. So I'm not really holding out much hope because I'm expecting for this shit to happen. And once they divulge some of the details of the inner workings of everything behind the scenes as to why this happened, which I'm all for companies being transparent, but it just gave me even more reason to be worried about what we're going to see put on store shelves, which plenty of the websites haven't updated the release date of it just yet, because it went from being February, so we're just like 2 weeks removed from its original release date, all the way to sometime in spring of 2016. So we are so fucking far removed from the original, I'm talking the OG release date. This is becoming I'm starting to get Vietnam flashbacks of Duke Nukem Forever and Final Fantasy Versus. Oh my fucking god, this shit's happening again. I mean, I have so many times in my life, I have supported companies who have delayed their games because I'd always said, look, I want a game to come out and work just fine. I want it to be the best possible product. As soon as it hits store shelves, it goes into my console, and I'm playing the shit out of it. You know, I see a company like Ubisoft who just doesn't give a rat's ass, and they're willing to go and put out the most buggy, the most broken, the most glitch-filled game, and, you know, granted, it makes for some fantastic memes and lots of jokes that you can sit there and fucking nudge your friends about, but that's not exactly what I want to pay $60 for. That's something that I want to go and scroll through my feed, find, right-click, save, and then share with everybody else because, damn it, I need to go and put it on this post because it accurately represents how I feel right now. And this should avoid all that, right? But that might not be the case. It turns out that the engine that they're working on, all of it is outdated and no longer getting any kind of updates or support. So that means that they're manually programming everything from here on out. God fucking forbid, Odin forbid, Beelzebub forbid, Satan forbid, that we see this game go onto store shelves, come out, and they're like, hey, everything's good. All of a sudden, there are problems that arise, and then they have to go in and manually code all this shit out. You can expect those patches to come in at some point in 2023. Yeah, we finally did it. Cobwebs all attached to them and shit, and spiders going around. They're just like, I was waiting for that. That's the kind of shit that I'm foreseeing. You know, looking into my fucking crystal ball and shit. But I'm just like, why? Why does this need to continue to happen? I just want to play Mighty Number 9. I'm not asking for a whole lot here. I got to play the demo, I enjoyed the shit out of the demo, but we're talking about a game not only has had tons of dumb bullshit drama attached directly to it, but we're talking about a game that in October of last year, Keiji Inafune had said inexplicably that this game will never, ever, channeling Chris Jericho, be delayed again. And now here we are, seeing yet another delay. And this is all because of multiplayer. I'd rather you just take multiplayer the fuck out, release the core game, and then say it will be put in, we're just going and getting it fixed so that the game can meet its fucking deadline. And instead we have this shit, and it's all because of multiplayer, because they have this game on so many different platforms. You know, this is on virtually everything and anything. We're talking current gen, last gen, handheld, PC, just every fucking thing possible. So we're like, oh yeah, and because they don't do the updates, we have to go in and program, and I feel bad for them, I really do. I can understand not knowing that those problems would come up, and then you have to solve them because you don't want to put out that broken game, because all it's going to be is, well, more people not wanting to trust you, and then they just see the Comcept name and they think, wow, fuck you. But considering that you had delayed a demo, a playable demo, to say sorry for the last delay. Think about it, we're talking about delayception here. Like, yo dog, I heard that you like delays, so we delayed the delay so that everything gets delayed. Do you know what I'm fucking saying? Delay. After a while, it kills your enthusiasm. It takes all the wind out of the sails. You know, this game had more momentum than tons of other games out there could ask for. It was getting so much publicity, you couldn't ask for better publicity than that. I mean, they didn't have to pay for it. The entire internet just rose up and was so fucking excited about it. And here we are. We're now at the point where there's tons of people who had already paid for the game and just like, I really don't give a fuck. You see, all this is how I feel about it. You know, Inafune? Yeah, fuck you. Mighty Number 9, can Mighty Number go fuck itself? That's how people are feeling right now because of all this shit. You know, all the drama attached to it, the Red Ash game and the anime, all that shit blowing up in their face, the fact that they're talking about a sequel and they can't even get the core game out. I mean, there's so much shit going on. I mean, I want to be excited, and it's hard to. Like, I have to put effort in to be excited about this because of all this kind of crap. I just want to play the game. Sure, I've got plenty of games on my shelves that I can go play in the meantime. My backlog is filled to the brim with plenty of games, not including all the games I will be playing up until the inevitable release date of Mighty Number 9, wherever the fuck, whenever the fuck it's going to be. But that's not the point. We should have already played the game by now. Plenty of people should have been doing no death runs of the game right now. Plenty of people should have been doing reviews and live streams of the game by now, and it hasn't happened because they just didn't have their shit together. That's going to make people not want to go and trust any future projects from you. This is the best possible way to make fans not fans anymore. Am I going to continue to wait? Yes, I am. I've waited for plenty of other games out there, whether or not they turned out to be a train wreck when they did finally get released. And I got my hands on them, you know, here and there. It does happen, but not always. A game can be delayed, and that's fine to make it perfect. But when it has this much riding on the line, it had that much of a fucking drama circus surrounding it with tons of bullshit on top, like the most bitter tasting icing ever. You have a combination of bad things all coming together for a game that's, well, it's just going to reflect badly to the entire gaming industry, from consumers to people in the biz, everything. So, Mighty Number delayed, seriously, pun, fun, all that shit. I just want the game. This is disappointing, and plenty of you out there should not be all that surprised and probably aren't surprised. And I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious. Are you losing hope in the game? Are you losing hope in Concept? Do you think that plenty of folks out there are over-exaggerating the current circumstances and situation revolving around Concept, the development studio, and Mighty Number 9? Do you think Keiji Inafune kind of shot himself in the foot saying that it would never be delayed again, and now it is? You know, do you think that it should have been released without the multiplayer components and then just put back in later on? Maybe that's something that they weren't possibly able to do. I have no clue. But I'm curious how all of you out there feel. I know how I feel. I'm kind of in the middle of the road. I understand being excited for it, but also being greatly disappointed by it. I want to love it, but it just keeps pushing me away and giving me the fucking finger. I'm like, I don't fucking get it. You know, oh man, it's so fucking stupid that this shit is happening. I just want to go and play games. That's all. That's all a gamer really wants to do. Anyway, this is AlphaOmegaSin. As always, nerds, nerdettes, and gamers game the fuck on. And see, that wasn't delayed. See how that works? Take a note, Concept.